Good morning, everyone. You are all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause just means that it's more likely than not that you committed the offense in which you've been charged. As you stand before me today, you are presumed not guilty of what you've been arrested for, and that status will stay with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you plea out to your case or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine this morning whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which are going to be imposed upon you. I will also determine this morning whether you'd like to hire a private attorney, represent yourself, or whether you'd qualify for the public defender's office. You are entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, colleagues know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to do that yet, please let me know. I'll make sure that happens today. Finally, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. Please don't say anything about the facts of your case today. There is an assistant state attorney here in the courtroom writing down everything you say, in addition to the fact that these hearings are recorded, so anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be used against you in the prosecution down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Swear or affirm the testimony before the court this morning will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. The first case we're going to call, do we have Mr. Serrano from yesterday? Joseph Serrano.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Serrano. I had you here yesterday for domestic assault. I did not find probable cause for your arrest. The state attorney has not given me any more information than they had yesterday. So with that said, I'm going to ROR you on this case. Okay, you are released on your own recognizances, but you still have to appear back to court. I believe your court date was September 6th. Do we know? Was your court date September 6th?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. All right, we're going to look it up just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure. See if my memory has failed me.
September 6th.
September 6th at 9 a.m. you need to be back in court, okay? Just because I don't find probable cause does not mean the state attorney is not going to prosecute your case. So you need to be back to court September 6th.
I will be there.
Okay, sounds good. See you then.
Thank you.
All right, Jennifer Leoline. You can go ahead, Mr. Serrano. You're free to go.
Good morning.
Oh, my screen is all like frozen up. All right, Jennifer, what's your date of birth?
483.
All right, you are here this morning. We have a few different charges. I'm just going to go through them one by one. I did find probable cause for all of them, though. Do you want to hire somebody? You want to represent yourself, or you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
All right. I'm going to appoint the public defender on all of these cases, okay? So the first case I have, it's grand theft. Bond is currently at $1,000, and then there's an organized fraud. Bond is currently $1,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office. State, does she have a prior record?
She has one prior, Your Honor, a 2015 case for filing a false police report.
Okay. I'm going to keep both of those the same at $1,000 each, okay?
Okay.
We're going to see you back to court on all these cases on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning. The next case I have is defrauding a pawnbroker and dealing in stolen property. The bonds on those are currently $500. I'm going to keep both of those the same at $500. Appoint the public defender. See you back to court on September 11th at 8:30. The next case I have is defrauding a pawnbroker and dealing in stolen property. The bonds are currently $500 each. I'm going to keep the bonds at $500. Appoint the public defender's office and see you back to court September 11th at 8:30. The next case I have is dealing in stolen property and defrauding a pawnbroker. The bonds are currently $500 each. I'm going to keep those at $500 each. Appoint the public defender, and we'll see you back September 11th at 8:30 in the morning. The next case I have is defrauding a pawnbroker and dealing in stolen property. The bonds are currently $500 each. I'm going to keep those at $500. Appoint the public defender. See you back September 11th at 8:30. Okay, make sure to get in touch with your public defender, okay?
Okay.
All right. Patrice Mazzarella.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Mazzarella. What's your date of birth?
5/18/76.
All right, you are here this morning for a petty theft charge. The bond is currently $1,000. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to hire somebody, represent yourself, or you want the public defender's office?
Public defender?
I'll provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. And we're going to see you, I'm going to keep the bond at $1,000 on this case. We're going to see you back to court September 6th at 9 a.m. You also have some open cases here, but it looks like the date of offenses on those are July 27th and July 28th, and the date of offense on this warrant is July 18th.
Okay.
So they predate, so I'm not going to be able to RCR today. Do we know when her other cases are set for?
9/7.
Is that a pretrial date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Bauer, do you want me to keep this one on September 6th and the other ones on September 7th?
I'd like them all to be on the same. Is that our date, or is that Judge Hitzman's date?
I'm not sure.
Because I thought she was on our docket, but I could be wrong because I've done both lately.
Okay, well,
I think she's got a handful of cases, but her primary case should be on the Hitzman docket, so all of them should go to Hitzman.
Okay, if we could put all of them together.
should I put them all on the arraignment docket or the pretrial docket? Which do you prefer?
If she's already has a case set on the one docket, let's just put it with that one.
Okay, put everything on 9/7. All right, we're going to set all of your cases that we can find here this morning, and you've got many. So we're going to set them as many as I have here today. 2017 MM2735 and 2017 MM2756 are already set for September 7th. We're just going to add this one to the mix, okay? We'll see you back September 7th.
Not September 6th, 7th now?
No, we're going to set, so that way you don't have to come back to court 2 days in a row. We're going to set everything for September 7th.
Okay, so just all is wrapped up in the 7th. Thank you very much.
Richard Canterbury. Hi, Mr. Canterbury. What's your date of birth?
10/1987, ma'am.
Okay. You are here this morning for driving on a suspended driver's license. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to hire somebody, represent yourself? You want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I do have a copy of your driving record here, which is, it appears to me that you are probably never going to get your driver's license back unless you hit the lottery. Because you just have so many things on here. Other than his driving record state, does he have any other priors?
Yes, he does have some significant priors, Your Honor. He did 20 months Department of Corrections in 2016 for a multiple count burglary and grand theft. Right before that, he did 3 years Department of Corrections for a 2013 multiple count burglary and grand theft, 2013 criminal mischief, and then he's prior to that a felony WSR in 07 and a DV case out of Michigan.
Okay. All right, Mr. Canterbury, do you have a job these days?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I do maintenance for Breezy Oaks.
Okay. I have an address for you on West Jefferson Street in Brooksville. Is that where you reside?
Yes, ma'am. That's the trailer park there that I do maintenance at.
Okay. Do you, how long have you lived there?
Ever since I got out of prison, and before that, like 4 years.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. We're going to see you back to court on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
There's no way you can keep it the same, ma'am?
No, not based on your prior record. I'm not going to do that.
How much? Give them 10,000.
All right, thank you.
Because apparently you just can't stop driving is what this probable cause affidavit is telling me, and I need to make sure that we keep the people of Fernando County safe from unlicensed drivers, so I'm going to set it at 10. But if you don't think that's enough to secure your presence in court, then keep talking.
No, it's enough. I was just seeing if you...
Have a good
so
day.
I can keep my job.
Lamar Diano?
No.
Mr. Gano, what's your date of birth?
March 2nd, 1965.
Okay, you were here this morning for leaving the scene of an accident involving property damage, 2 counts of DUI, 1 with property damage, and then refusal to submit to a DUI test. I did find probable cause for the leaving the scene of an accident and the 2 DUIs. I did not find probable cause for the refusal because there's nothing in the probable cause affidavit or the driving record indicating that he has a prior refusal. Do you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public Defender's Office, please.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State, does he have a prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. He's a 2015 grand theft, burglary, and DWSR, 2009 domestic violence case, 2008 felony and battery, 2007 domestic violence case, 2002 resisting without and battery. Prior to that, there's a jump in the record where it appears he went to DOC and it then jumps all the way back to 1992. There are a couple of FTAs and multiple violations of probation as well. And there's 1 prior DUI, but it's all the way back in 87.
Okay. All right, so for count 1, leaving the scene of an accident with property damage, we're going to keep that at $500. For the count 2 DUI, we're going to set that at $5,000. For count 3 DUI, we're going to set that at $5,000. And for count 4, the refusal, I'm going to ROR because I don't find probable cause for that this morning. We're going to see you back to court on all of these cases on September 6th at 9 a.m. If you can't find out, someone from the public defender's office will see you soon, okay?
Yes, ma'am. There's no exit or...
No, sir.
Thank you.
Frederick Hoyt. Hi, Mr. Hoyt, what's your date of birth?
8/20/88.
All right, you were here this morning for possession of drugs without a prescription. The bond on that is $2,000. Possession of paraphernalia, the bond on that is $1,000. Possession of marijuana, not more than 20 grams. The bond is currently $1,000. And carrying a concealed weapon, the bond on that is currently $1,000. Although I have my questions on how this PC affidavit is written, there seems to be some gaps in the information. All they need to present today, Mr. Hoyt, is probable cause, which is not much. So that's exactly what they gave me. So I'm going to go ahead and find probable cause for these. Do you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
All right, I will go ahead and provisionally appoint the public defender's office to represent you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the bonds the same on this case, $2,000, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. But I do see that you have some open cases here. You have an open case of 2017 MM2549 for possession of paraphernalia, an open case for 2017 MM2622 for possession of paraphernalia, an open case for 2017 MM2995, I think, and that's for possession of paraphernalia. You were not arrested on any of these, but you were given a notice to appear, but nevertheless, you violate your conditions of pretrial release when you go out and continue to commit crimes. And, let's see. What I'm going to do, is there any way, we need to get these all on the same date and the same judge. Some of them are Hitzman, some of them are me.
2 of them are you. 2995 is on Judge Hitzman's 96. We can strike that and put it on 914.
I'd rather go earlier.
Okay.
So I'd rather put everything earlier on 96, or do I have anything at the end of August?
You have, let me see, 31st.
August 31st?
31st is a misdemeanor pretrial.
Okay, why don't we do that? I'm going to move all of your cases here to August 31st, including the one from today, and including all the ones that I just went over. But also what I'm going to do is, pursuant to Florida Statute 903.0471, I'm going to RCO you on all of these cases, meaning I'm going to hold you no bond on these cases until August 31st, and we'll decide at that point whether you're going to resolve your cases at that time. I'm going to keep the bonds the same on this case because you're entitled to a bond on this case, but you're not entitled to a bond on those other cases at this point. So all of those cases that I just gave case numbers for is going to be recommitted on. And then set everything that we have for August 31st.
Judge, the new case, I believe they're alleging a felony on that.
Oh, okay. Well, then not.
What date would the new case track to?
That is going to be September 11th
9/11.
at 8:30 in the morning. All of his misdemeanors we're going to put on August 31st. They're just scattered about right now. And did you say you wanted the public defender to represent you, Mr. Hoyt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you did. I appointed the public defender, so you have 2 court dates now, one August 31st and one September 11th, okay? Your public defender will be out to see you soon.
So you basically revoked my bond, correct?
Yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're not going anywhere until at least August 31st, okay?
Yep.
Okay, Jihad Williams. Hi, Mr. Williams. What's your date of birth?
1/28/1994.
All right, you are here this morning for a failure to appear. It looks like a bond issued by, a warrant, issued by Judge Hitzman back on August 2nd for DUI and driving while license suspended or revoked. The bonds are $5,000 on each of those. What we're going to do is, unless there's an offer, is there an offer for him to see it out today?
Yeah, it looks like for the DUI, it was a first-time DUI sanctions, Your Honor, without an
Okay.
enhanced.
Unless you want to take
flow.
care of your case today, it looks like it's going to be probation with a ton of conditions. We can do that today, or I'm going to keep the bond at $10,000 and we'll see you back to court on September 6th. What would you prefer?
What's the offer?
The offer is probation. It's going to be 1 year probation. You get a 6-month CL suspension, 50 hours of community service, DUI school, victim impact panel, substance abuse evaluation and treatment, random drug screens, fines and court costs of about, anyway, you'll have fines and court costs that you need to pay as well. $500 or something? I forget.
I'll just wait till,
Approximately
I'll take the offer today.
Approximately
How many years probation is it?
1,190.
Okay. It's 12 months of probation. You can get off early from probation if you complete all of those conditions. The fines and court costs are about $1,200. So about $100 a month while you're on probation. So you can hang out in jail. Is there a jail offer? Would you rather see if you can just do straight jail time on it?
How long would the jail time be?
I don't know yet.
On something like this, I usually offer like 180 days, Your Honor.
Okay.
So
Well, is it a first time DUI?
it is. I
Do
just
you have a prior record though?
I believe he does. I don't have that in front of me. I have a note here from probation saying they didn't think he was a particularly good candidate for, because he had a previous probation that he was very unsuccessful on.
Okay.
Judge, they're showing his arrest back, and I believe it's probably this case, back in March, probably
Yeah.
the first one. They were also showing that there was a Hillsborough County violation of probation on a felony.
That's what,
Hold on.
I don't know if that's been resolved or not. I would be concerned that this might be
Okay.
a violation of that.
Is your Hillsborough County case resolved?
no, that was from when I had probation when I first got out of prison, but that's already resolved.
It's already resolved. That's done?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's over and done with.
You're all done with that.
This is
Okay, so if you want to take straight jail time today, we can do 90 days. I'll give you credit for any time that you got in. It looks like you might have time in from March on your original arrest, and then you have a couple days here. So if you want to do 90 days, then you won't have to do the 1 year probation. Or we can just hang out. I'll keep the bonds at $5,000 each, and we'll see you back to court on September 6th. And you'll have the opportunity to speak to an attorney between now and then. Would
Will
you
the
like
90 days still be? Will the
90 days is your offer if you want to clear it up today.
I'll just wait till my next court date.
Okay. All right, we'll keep the bonds at $5,000 each. We'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and we'll see you back to court on September 6th at 9 a.m.
All right.
All right. Bruce Woods. Good morning, Mr. Woods. What's your date of birth?
November 8th, 57.
You sound like James Earl Jones. All right. Mr. Woods, you are here today for possession of crack cocaine. I did find probable cause for that. Do you want to hire somebody? You want to represent yourself, or you want the public defender's office? All right. I will provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. State.
Yes, Your Honor. Seems fairly extensive. There's a failure to appear in 2009 on what looks like a trespassing case in 2009. Multiple count possession case in 2007. It looks like it was at least settled for the possession of cocaine and marijuana. There were other counts of that appear to be dropped. That is predated by another possession of marijuana, another failure to appear, possession of paraphernalia, violation of probation on the DWSR. This looks like a trip to DOC here in 2002. Another possession of cocaine that appears to cause the DOC prison sentence of a year and 10 months. There's also possession of meth there, another failure to appear in 2002. Petty theft in 2002, 2001 violation of probation on a battery case. That battery case is from 2001. 2000 violation of probation on a battery case from 99. Another trip to DOC, it looks like this was for possession of cocaine again. That was 2 years and 4 months that time. That was back in 97. There's another retail theft in 96. 96 farm theft. Another trip to DOC in 93 for sale of cocaine. That was another 2 years and 6 months. And it goes back further. I'd like me to keep going.
But it's James Earl Jones.
I
All right. Okay, Mr. Woods. Mr. Wood, I'm sorry. What we're going to do is I'm going to set your bond at $4,000. And we are going to have you come back to court on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning. And if you're unable to bond out, someone from the public defender's office is going to come see you, okay?
Yes.
All right. I really want him to say, Luke, I'm your father. Danielle Ortiz. Good morning, Miss Ortiz.
Good morning.
What's your date of birth?
1/24/78.
Okay. All right, you're here today for 2 counts of failure to appear. It looks like you failed to appear in front of Judge Merritt on August 10th for a theft and fraudulent use of a credit card. Okay, so he wants your bond at $5,000 each. It looks like, are you set for drug court today? Do you know anything about that, Mr. Bauer? Is she set for drug court today?
I don't recall. I'll certainly check.
Can we check? I want to make sure whatever I did this morning doesn't prevent her from getting there.
Why would
Your
I
Honor,
be?
we show her on our drug court docket.
She is on the drug court docket?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Why would that be?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Why would that be?
Why would you be in drug court?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you want me to do?
Is there any way to get her? Do they bring in custodies to drug court? Is there a way to
Yes,
get her transported
they
for it?
transport them to drug court. I'm just looking for the docket in drug court.
Because she's with Judge. These cases were supposed to be returned to Judge Merritt, but if we could have them,
We can just set them all for this afternoon.
Yeah, if possible.
Why don't we just do that?
Okay, I will let Ms. Preston know that there's an add-on for her other stuff.
She's already set on drug court.
For
Okay,
these,
great.
but not for,
But
I mean, can we add
does
these?
it include these cases? It should, I would imagine.
It's the 15 CF 2087.
Okay, that's the
So
one
that's
she's
this.
got the FTA
Okay.
on.
Yes, that's what it's at.
Okay.
All right, let's get her there.
All right, so we're just going to set all of these cases for today in front of Judge Merritt. So, what is that?
How many cases do I have?
I don't know about your other cases. This case is a theft and a fraudulent use of a credit card. It looks like you're
No.
supposed. I'm sorry?
That should be all I have.
Okay, it might be. I don't know.
Judge, I'm
For
pulling
sure.
up the docket right now. Let me see. See the doc. She is on the docket, but I'm looking to see if this case.
So I'm trying to figure out. So she was sent for drug court and then she FTA'd?
She FTA'd out of Judge Merritt Jr.'s courtroom on 8/10. He held the
Was that
case-
drug court?
No, that's Judge Merritt Jr. But I guess she was being screened for drug court.
Okay.
Yes. She is pending screening.
He
Okay.
held the capias till 8/11, and she still didn't show up. So then he said to issue the capias.
Okay. Well, I'll let him take care of it this afternoon then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the bonds the same, and we're going to set it for this afternoon in front of Judge Merritt. So what's that, 8:17 at, what time's drug court, 2?
It'll be Judge Scaglione.
Oh, Judge Scaglione.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll set it this afternoon with Judge Scaglione at 2 o'clock. And if he wants to modify those bonds or do something, he can do that. Okay, so we're going to see you back in court this afternoon, okay, Ms. Ortiz?
I'm confused.
I know, it is confusing. I was confused too a few minutes ago, but you have court this afternoon. We're going to try to clear everything up for you this afternoon, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.